Hey guys, coming back to you today with another Saturday book review. Again, before I get started, make sure you hit like and subscribe down below. That really helps me know who's watching. Leave a comment if you've read the book we're about to review, Devil in the White City by Erik Larson. Make sure that you also check out my author's page to see my current works and things that I'm up to. My current book, Attrition, is available on Amazon, on Kindle, and on paperback. And then also see a little peek preview of the book that I'm working on, The Haunting, The Click House Haunting, which is a book based on the house that I grew up in with some twists and turns and some different things that I just find exciting and thrilling to write about ghosts and write about spirits in the house and hauntings and things like that. Goes back to some of my horror roots, where I really first began, and I've developed into more of a thriller writer, but went back to some of my horror roots for this book, which deals with a lot of other issues as well, not just a haunted house, but some great backstory and some great character development. So go on my website, tamyers.com. Check out that. I'll put the link down below, but hit like and subscribe first. Let's get into the review. So today we're talking about Devil in the White City by Erik Larson. Now, I love fiction, but I also love nonfiction. And this book covers so many bases. It covers true crime. It covers serial killers. It covers American history. It covers architecture. It covers, big city. It covers so much stuff. And it's piled into this book, and it's brilliantly weaved. There's two parallel stories. There's one of this architect, Daniel uh, Burnham. Daniel Burnham. I don't know why I blanked out there for a sec. Daniel Burnham, who is this great architect, who is this great designer, who has this monumental task of coming up with the Chicago World Fair, the Columbian Expedition exhibition. I can't talk today. Exhibition of 1893, and just the design and the complexity. They want it big. They want it brilliant. They want it inspiring, and all the different things that go into it, and his struggles through this whole period of time where he just has to really just pour himself, his body and his soul and his mind into this project. And then the parallel story of HH Holmes, the original American serial killer, who builds this murder castle in the middle of Chicago, or near the fair, and the things that he goes through to lure people into this hotel, and the different wives that he's had and disappearances of people. It's a brilliant way to pull these two stories together, because in one contrast it was like this monumental, the lights and the sounds and the Ferris wheel and things like that occur during this brilliant display of American industrial power. And then you also have this sinister person, this H.H. Holmes, this the American Ripper. He's devilish, and he's deceiving, and the way that the two stories collide is brilliantly put together by Erik Larson. I give this book a 4.5 star, just because a 5 star is almost impossible for me. Just to let you know, but 4.5 stars just because Erik is just such a great storyteller, and the way he puts together all these facts. And I am always inspired by people who write nonfiction, because fiction's easy because I just get to lie about things all the time. But nonfiction is like, you have to have all your ducks in a row. You have to have your facts researched. It's probably a labor of love, I would believe. I've never done that before. I mean, I do some historical research on things, and some of the backstories that I write about, I have to dig into some real events that help build a story. But then I also get to have liberties and be able to take stories and real stories and kind of twist them a little bit the way I want them, because again, I'm writing fiction. But the discipline it takes to write nonfiction, it's got to just be incredible. So for that reason, I just give Erik like all the credit, because the way that he put it together is brilliant. Just the two stories. I love there's a part of the book where they really talk about the Ferris wheel and how that became part of the fair, and how it was almost a long shot. It was almost like a something that they really didn't, you know, they they planned on something, but they didn't really know what. And here comes this the Ferris wheel, um, invented by a man named Ferris, and he just the way that it puts itself right in the middle of the park and the exhibition, that it's just a brilliant way of telling like a separate story. And then there's stories about Annie Oakley and Wild Bill, and some other stories that are just kind of branched off that just capture you as well. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's how that all played out. That's how, um, these stories are all wrapped around this Chicago's World Fair. It's just so brilliant. And then the H.H. Holmes stories of his backstory about, how he became prominent and how he became known. He was a doctor. He was this and he was that, and the way that he manipulated people and the way that he, would lure people. It's all intricate. It's all exciting. It's all in this book. Again, if you are a true crime buff, this is a brilliant story. This is for you. If you're into American history, pre 1900s history, and you love stories about buildings and uh, architecture and things like that, this is the story for you. So this really touches on all the bases. No wonder it was a New York Times bestseller. In my book, this is probably one of the best non-fictions I've ever read, and I've read a lot of nonfiction. So this is right up there with the tops of them. Again, I give it 4.5 stars. I'll leave the link down below to where you can find this on Amazon. I'll leave the link to my website so you can find out more about me and my works. And then I will also, I don't know what else I'll do. I'll do a whole bunch of other stuff. Read the comments, read the description down below. That way you can get a little better feel of what I do. And check back next week. Again, I always do these on Saturdays. It's Saturday book review, so every Saturday. Check back next week for another book review. Check out the other book reviews I've done. I've done a half dozen now so far, and hopefully you can come across a book that either you want to read, you've been thinking about reading, and you can get my opinion about it, or you've read and you want to see what my take was on those books. So check that out. Hopefully you guys have a great Saturday. I know I'm gonna have a great Saturday. It's the weekend before Christmas. So Merry Christmas, because I will not probably see you before Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you have a great day. Again, check back. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. See you guys later.